Okay, so let's take a look at how you can set up autonomous database transaction processing service on Oracle Cloud. So if you logged into Oracle Cloud, you will find that there are launch options for launching the ATP database. So basically ATP is autonomous transaction processing service, and just like warehouse, it allows you to do a lot more with your database, as it is good service for mixed load of type of data operations that you wish to do, like for development, storage, analytics. All mixed load can be handled by ATP. So you will create this instance. You can either go through this, or you can click on Oracle database, then anonymous database, right? So two ways to go to here. So I already have one warehouse. So what I will do is I will create ATP service by clicking on create autonomous database. So this will create one compartment that we already have here. Then display name, let's say I want to give it a name ATP DevNami, right? Then next thing, instead of data warehouse, I will select transaction processing, right? Now what I can do is I will only use always free option. If you have your upgraded account, or if you are paying for the ATP service, you can leave this option. In my case, I want to use free resource only, so I will select this count of 1 CPU and 20 GB storage, right? Next thing is administrator credentials. So here you can generate a password which is 12 to 20 characters long. And once you paste this, you can move on to next option, which is choose network access option. Here you can see we have selected by default secure access from anywhere. Then finally it will show you the Oracle Editions license. So we are selecting license included. There is also one MTLS or mutual TLS authentication option. So this will be handy when connecting to SQL Developer or similar services. Then if you want to get notifications for your account, you can simply enter your email here. Then you have advanced options. You can see the encryption information, maintenance information for patching, which is for free edition. You have regular patches. Then there is a tag, so I will later come to the tag part. So this comes in handy when you are trying to compartment your services and organize the resources allocated, so you can use the tags. So pretty much everything is set and good to go. So we have set up compartment, display name, database name, then picked transaction processing option for workload, shared infrastructure, always free resources, and then we have database version. There is no option to select higher for me because my region currently supports up to 21, but for free version it is older database, right? Then I added the password and also network access and set the license included option. Now let's create autonomous database. It will move to the provisioning part. It will even show you the provisioning dialog box, right? And it will show you this always free option. And once it is ready, it will allow you to use database connection. Also lets you choose performance, right? So here, as you can see, it created Apex instance for this particular database as well. I already have data warehouse, so I get 2 Apex instance in that case. and below you can see the option to monitor all the resources, sessions, server and CPU utilization, storage, right? So everything is there, so you get to access that, right? Another thing is you can meanwhile check out some of the options here, like more actions. Here you can see option to change the password. Also you can update the license and edition, so in near future you can use that. You can also encrypt and manage those keys here, rename the database, also update your display name, which is like this is ATP, and you can upgrade to paid instance, move some resources, and finally you can also terminate this and kind of closed this particular instance, right? And once a particular period is elapsed, you will find that the resource is recycled and you won't be able to use that. So when terminating, remember these things in mind. There is a restore option, but it has grace period. So we got our ATP resource available here, right? Now what we can do, we can choose database connections or we can use actions, right? So if we choose database connection, you'll find that it gives you one option to download the credentials wallet, right? So if I want to connect this to my SQL developer, I will choose instance wallet, download this, and then pick one of the MTLS connection string, right? So this TNS will be selected at that time. So I will pick something like low or medium and use this particular zip file for credentials and connect, right? So pretty much simple way to connect, and the password and admin that we used will be used to access that through SQL developer or similar other data service, right? Now there is one more thing, which is database action, right? So here you can see that you opened it in new tab, and here you have your username. So I'm going to choose with admin and then paste the password that we just added to instance and connect. Make sure to sign out, because often what happens from same machine, if you try to log into multiple user accounts, and it kind of stops you within the sessions because multiple sessions are detected. But however, in this case, when you add a user, you will find that that user also gets its own URL along with the username at the end, like this, right? And in that case there won't be a conflict, but it's better to close the session when using same device, right? So we have like database actions. Here I can go and add new database users so they can work under that particular ATP instance, right? And they won't be able to use any of the admin features here or some of the features from here as well, along with the development side, right? So these were the things that you would be checking out. Meanwhile, there are a few things you should know. You can also access machine learning service from your ATP's launchpad. You have to log into the database action and click on machine learning, then create a developer account, and then that also gives you option to use your notebooks and run your ML models in it. There is Graph Studio and Apex, as I mentioned earlier. There is also JSON data that you can add and use, make queries for REST API options. So this idea would allow you to create REST API, then query them, use them, and work around them, right? So Apart from that, there is data modeler for your data and SQL script option. So here basically what you get is it will allow you to run your SQL script, right? Create the file, you load the data, right? Show you all the object browser, objects, then your editor, right? Then you can open files, right? And format, next, run the statement and get the results, right? So pretty much guided tour. Okay, so you can click on next and get this done, right? So it will require you to create a user. Also, if you want to create chat or something, it has shown you that option. So you can also make sure to use another user and not use admin for your minor operations, right? Going back to the launchpad is easy. Just click on the top launchpad image here, which also serves as a option to go back to this place, right? Then there are options for data studio, loading data, cataloging it, and doing the data operations like analysis, transform, right? Apart from that, administration options, which can also be accessed through this or from the launchpad itself, right? So you get the idea how to create autonomous transaction processing database in Oracle Cloud.